Hello and welcome to our web series for data enthusiasts powered by Stay Ahead, making IT simple. Today we will discuss about Box and Whisker Plot. Most of you guys have heard about it and many of you have not, but no problem. Today I will help you guys to clear the concept of this and why we use this, how we can create this plot, how to read this plot and so on. So let's get straight into it. So box and whisker plot, sometimes called a box plot, is a graph that represents information from a 5 number summary. So we'll discuss about that. That is lowest value, lower quartile, median, upper quartile and highest value. It does not show a distribution in as much as a stem and leaf plot or histogram does, but is especially useful for indicating whether a number distribution is skewed or whether there is a potential observations, that is outliers in the dataset. Box and whisker plots are also very useful when large number of observations are involved and when two or more data sets are being compared. So let's get into the use case in some time. So box and whisker plots are ideally for the comparing distribution because the center, spread and overall range are immediately apparent. A box and whisker plot is a way of summarizing a set of data measured on an interval scale. It is often used in explanatory and data analysis. This type of graph is used for to show the shape of the distribution, its central value and its variability. So if you see here the box and whisker plot, the end of the box are the upper and lower quartiles. If you see here, lower quartile and its upper quartile. So the box spans the interquartile range. So if you see here, this is Q3 minus Q1 is known as interquartile range. Okay, hope you are enjoying this, and let's see what we have further. The median is the marked by the vertical line inside the box. So consider this as a median. So it's marked at the center of the box. Lowest and highest values are the two lines outside the box. That is lowest value, that is minimum value, and highest value, which is a maximum, known as a range. So let's come and discuss one business problem. An year ago, Angela, Carl, and Andrea began working at a computer store. Their supervisor asked them to keep a record of the number of sales they made each month. Now, your task as a data analyst or Tableau expert is to create a box and whisker plot and help understand how much each employee is performing. So these are the points which you have to do. Give a 5 number summary of Carl's, Angela's and Andrea's sales. Make two box and whisker plots, one for Angela and one for Carl and one more for Andrea. Briefly describe the comparison among the sales. So if you see in this table for computer store, for Angela, Carl and Andrea, you can see that January to December the numbers are there. So for Angela, she showed around 34 computers in January, 47 in Feb, 1 in March and so on. If you see for Carl, it is 51, 17, 25 and so on. For Andrea, it is 72, 19 and 29 and so on. So these are the sales, these are the number of computers they actually sold during the tenure of that particular month and for the whole year. Now, for creating a 5 number summary, first of all, what I have to do is I have to sort the data based on the lowest to the highest numbers. For example, for Angela, you can see that in the month of March, it was 1, in August, it was 11, April 15, and so on. And in May, it's 57. So it's ascending order. And then I can write the minimum value, that is 1, and median is what? So first of all we have to understand what is median. Median is the center value, the middle value of the data set. Now if you see here, we have 12 values. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to take the average of this particular value to find out the median, which is 26. 24 plus 28 divided by 2. If we have odd number of values, then the middle value will be the median for that particular data set. Here it is even, so it will be 24 plus 28 divided by 2. And for the same for Andrea, we sort it out, we'll put the value, write the minimum, maximum and median. Maximum is the last value because we are putting it in ascending order, and last value will always be maximum. Similarly for Carl, it is 6, 62 and 32 as median, which is average of these values. Now, how to find Q1 and Q3 for all the data set? Q1 will be the first 6 points, 1, 11, 15, 19, 20, 24, and out of this we have to find the median of this particular data set. So we have 6 values, so the middle 2 value divided by 2 will be the median, that is 15 divided by 15 plus 19 divided by 2. Now here one important point is that if we have odd number of data set, then the middle value will be the median, and in that case that middle value will not participate for finding the quartile range, for finding the Q1 and Q3. As of now we are taking 24 and 28 in Q1 and Q3 calculation, but at the time of odd numbers I will not take that middle value, that is median, for the calculation. Okay. Now if you see Q3, we have 28, 34, 37, 47, 50 and 57. We'll take middle to value and do the average and we'll get 42. Now what is IQR? IQR is Q3 minus Q1, that is 42 minus 17 coming as 25. So I have all the 5 values as well as interquartile range for each of the data set. Correct? Now how to read this? We already discussed that this is the highest value, this is the Q3 value, this is the median value, this is the Q1 value, and this is the lowest value. Okay, an outlier is defined. Now I want to find the outlier, which is showing here. So an outlier is defined as being any point of data that lies over 1.5 IQR. So here the IQR is 43. So 1.5 IQR is 43 into 1.5 plus Q3 will be the highest range. Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR will be the lowest range. So here the low range is minus 48 and high range is 124. So here, as this is the high range is 124 and this value is 130, this value will consider as outlier. But for others, there are no values which are actually crossing 79.5 and going down below minus 20.5, and for this data set as well. Now let me help you to understand how to create the same chart in Tableau. So let's go and create that chart. Okay. So now you can see that the data is imported in Tableau with my sales person detail, month details, and number of computers sold in that particular month. Now let me create a chart. I'll put salesperson in row shelf and computer sold in this shelf, column shelf. Now if you see here, I have this option of box and whisker plot. I'll click that. Now I want by salesperson. So first of all I'll do analysis, disaggregate the points, and then I'll put sales numbers. So salesperson is what I want, so I'll put that in column. So I'll get the 3 entries. Let me make it entire view and make it clear. So I have the sales for Andrea, I have sales for Angela, and I have sales for Carl. You can see this dot, which is 130, is an outlier. If you want to see here, I have lower value is 3, which is this. I have lower range, which is Q1 is 16.5, median is 30.5, upper hinge is 59.5 and upper whisker is 72. Now, what is intervoltine range? 59.5 minus 16.5, correct? Similarly, for Angela, it is lower point is 1, lower hinge is 17, median is 26, upper hinge is 42, and highest value is 57. IQR will be 42 minus 70. For Carl, the lowest whisker, which is lowest value, is 6, lower hinge is 15, median is 32, upper hinge is 46, and the highest value is 62. IQR will be 46 minus 51. So this is how you can create box and whisker plot, and how you can understand that plot by seeing these 5-point values. It is very important for any statistician to understand the same. So let's go and find what we have found out after creating this box and whisker plot. Okay, so the conclusion what we got is Carl's lowest sales is higher than Angela's and Andrea's corresponding sales. However, Andrea's highest sales is higher than Carl's and Angela's sales. Carl's median sale figure is higher than Angela's and Andrea's sales. And finally, Andrea's interpreter range is larger than Angela's and Carl's. So these results suggest that Andrea consistently sells more computers than Angela does. Carl comes to rank 2 by sales. Also, there is an outlier in Andrea's sales for the month of July with total sales of computer by 130. So there are several ways to describe the center and spread of a distribution. One way to represent this information is with a 5-number summary. It uses the median as its center value and gives a brief picture of the other important distribution values. Another measure of spread uses the mean and standard deviation to decipher the spread of data. This technique, however, is best used in symmetrical distribution with no outliers. So if you want to find the outliers, if you want to find the detail about the median and upper quartile, lower quartile, maximum, minimum values, then it is preferable to go with box and whisker plot or the 5-number summary. Despite this restriction of the standard deviation mean, the mean and standard deviation measures are used more commonly than 5-number summary. The reason is that many natural phenomena can be approximately described by a natural distribution, and for the natural distribution, the mean and standard deviation are the best measure of center and spread respectively. Standard deviation takes every value into account, has extremely useful properties when used with a normal distribution, and is mathematically manageable. But standard deviation is not a good measure of spread in highly skewed distributions, and in these instances should be supplemented by other measures such as 5-number summary. So hope you are able to understand about what is box and whisker plot and how we can use that, how we can create that, how we can interpret the values, how we can, so all those questions which are coming in the mind, right, on the box and whisker plot, I think that will solve by viewing this video. Hope you like this video, and I will come up with more data enthusiast videos in the rest of the series. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.